Polaroid is a brand that is recognizable to almost everyone, regardless if you're a photographer or not. When you think of the name, the white bordered square framed instant prints of the 70s and 80s are what likely come to mind. But before the SX70s and the Sun 660s, there were multiple decades that saw the original Land Camera developed and rise to fame. So I am here on the coast of Texas, and I found this pretty cool old abandoned motel, and I figured it'd be a good place to do some shooting with one of my favorite cameras and talk a little bit about how to use one of these. I've been shooting with a Lange Camber now for about a couple of months, and I really have fallen in love with the process and the results that you get from these cameras. So today I want to talk about which model I think is the best value if you're just getting started, and then also how to use one of these with Fuji's FP series of pack film. Polaroid released over 20 different versions of the Land cameras over the years, so when you're looking for your first one, it can get a bit confusing. Most models are fully automatic, offering pretty minimal adjustments. There are a few fully manual models available, but the price has really skyrocketed over the years, and they probably aren't the best investment if you're just starting out. My pick for the best model based on price is the Lange Camber 250. I picked my camera up off of eBay for about $50 US. The big bonus is that it had already been film tested and it has a AAA battery conversion, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about later on. One of the biggest advantages with the 250 model compared to some of the lesser, more common models like this automatic 210 is this flip-up single window rangefinder viewfinder manufactured by the legendary Zeiss Icon. This is a really nice feature. The 210 and other models have either a viewfinder with a distance estimator for focusing or a separate window for each the viewfinder and the rangefinder. So other selling features of the 250 is that it has a 3-element glass lens as opposed to a 2-element plastic lens on the 210 we were looking at earlier. And then it also has a metal body compared to plastic body on the 210. And then it even has a tripod mount here, 1/4-20, which is awesome if you want to do some stuff on a tripod, say at night or something like that. My camera came with a AAA battery conversion, as I mentioned, and that replaces the original 3 or 6 volt battery that these came with. And this is something you can do yourself. Apparently it's pretty easy, and there's a lot of information out there on the internet if you want to try and tackle it. When it comes to film choices for these cameras, there is one, and that is Fuji's FP series pack films. They do a 100 speed color, and then they also do a 3000 speed black and white. The only downside is that Fuji actually doesn't make this film anymore. So what's out there is basically all that's left. You can still buy it from major retailers. I bought 10 boxes not too long ago from BH Photo. It's about $25 a box for 10 shots, which is very comparable with other instant films that are on the market nowadays. So if you've never used one of these in the past, they can be a little confusing. So we're gonna start from scratch basically, and let's start by loading some film. Just wanna open up the back, get into your film, and then you want to install this with the white tab facing up, and it'll just snap into place. And you want to make sure you have this black tab here. Hold on to that while you close your camera so you can make sure that it's out the end here. This is the dark slide. Then you want to go ahead and just pull that out. You'll see you have the first tab here for the first frame. So after you've loaded your film, you want to set your film speed, which is located down here, this dial beneath the lens. In this case, we are going to set it to 75, which is the closest they have to 100. The next step is to set the lighten and darken wheel, and this is basically going to take some experimenting to learn how your camera responds. My camera I have to leave set to full lighten basically all the time, or it severely underexposes my prints. So once you have your film loaded, got your film speed set, light and darken wheel set, focusing works by pushing these 2 little levers back and forth, which control the bellows, and then basically lining up the rangefinder patch inside. It's pretty straightforward. The rangefinder patch is pretty clear, so we're gonna go ahead and shoot a photo. Okay, so what you wanna do after you shoot is you grab this white tab here and you give it a pull, and that brings out this black tab here, which is your print, and you wanna pull that nice and smooth, and now you wait. So Fuji's pack film is a peel apart style of instant film, and for development times, it basically depends on the current temperature. They give you this little chart here on the side that lists Fahrenheit or Celsius and how long you need to wait. The nice thing is you can't really overdevelop it, it seems. You can underdevelop it. So if anything, I always give it at least a couple minutes regardless of the temperature. So this one's been probably sitting for about 3 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and peel it like that. And there is our print. The results can definitely vary with every image, and for me, I think that's what keeps things exciting. The prints that I've created with my Land camera have really inspired me to think outside of the box, not only in terms of the way I shoot, but also with what the final outcome can be. Some of you may be asking, why bother? It's expensive, finicky, and it's definitely limited. But in my opinion, in today's world where things move at an incredible pace and thousands of images end up dying a quick digital death, instant film provides us with both a physical and authentic quality that we so desperately need.